Vegas, we are in the building. It is Mental Health Awareness Month for men, and we are in it's gorgeous studios, and it's definitely gorgeous in here. I have a special guest here, Lowkey Great. Can you please tell the folks what you've been working on, Mr. Lowkey Great?
What's going on with y'all, man? Waking up, what up? Wake up, Vegas. It's your boy Lowkey Gr8t3 just dropped the album. Los Angeles in Sin City on all platforms. Y'all go tap in.
You said Lost what?
Los Angeles in Sin City.
Los Angeles and Sid City.
Sir, yes, sir.
That sounds hot. Where can they find that?
Man, we on iTunes, Spotify, Pandora. I'm on every platform. We out there, bro.
They just got to look up Lowkey
Lowkey Gr8t3, Los Angeles, Sin City. Tap in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, my name is Jovan Jackson. I'm a mental health advocate, and today we're talking about mental health. So it's also an honor for me to be here and really talking to the community, those grassroots conversations about what's going on in our community around mental health. And I'm glad that we could bring awareness, especially towards men who often avoid taking care of their mental health, neglect their mental health. We often deal with that stigma. So when I have brothers like you that want to do a podcast about mental health, we got to have these conversations. And they got to come from people that look like us.
Yeah.
Because often the professional may say something, but they don't have the same background as us, or they may not have the same experience. So this conversation is priceless to our community.
I think
I appreciate that you having me as a host to ask you, questions about mental health.
It wouldn't be nobody else better, man, to do the job, man. I had to come tap in with Jovan, man. You've been really tapped in the city. You know what I'm saying? So I really had to, it was my, I had to come ask you. I seen you, and I'm like, hey, bro, I need you on this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I respect that.
Yeah, man. So Mental Health Month, man, is June for men, which is it's a subject that really goes untalked about, unnoticed, unappreciated. I just had to come out and say something, man, because I've been through these issues. You feel me? Fighting mental health. I'm not nigga hiding nothing to fake nothing. My son, my kids been through it. Suicide is very touchy, but hey, it's something deep that we need to talk about, man.
Most definitely suicide. We see suicide, especially with our young men.
Oh man, it's crazy.
I would say men are more successful at being suicidal.
Hey, the rate is over 800,000 suicides a year, bro. Over 80% is men. Yeah. So people don't talk about this stuff, man. People do need to talk about it, man, because we need to step up and show like we really care. People, you feel me? Like homelessness. That was another one of our subjects that I wanted to get on.
Well,
but we'll get there.
We'll get into the questions. So basically, I'm gonna be the host asking my man Lowkey the Great about some questions about mental health. And just since we were talking about suicide, I think we should probably start there. And I think mental health and being suicidal, they have the strongest correlations. I think often when we feel like we're hopeless, worthless, when we feel like we can't be a man, we necessarily don't want to live. And then those thoughts of suicide come. What are some reasons why you think folks might opt out to that choice of becoming suicidal than facing their problems?
I would say just really just giving up, man. Holding so much things in, dealing with drugs, trying to numb situations, man. And that's the only the way people try to like fight their depression, their anxiety, their mental health issues is through drugs to numb themselves. And like that shit ain't always straight. I've been on both sides, you know what I'm saying? So I can really talk about it. You feel me? I've been suicidal and all that. You feel like you just like no one cares. You feel me? You a real man out there, a real father and all that. You just get unappreciated and no one cares. So, that's how it goes, bro. And that's what I really think. You feel me? Like in sense.
You think with suicide, do you think that we often forget about our support system just because we so
Definitely,
drowned in our
definitely.
feelings.
And at the same time, it's about pride with men. Men don't want to step up. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers scared to get help and shit. But
That's true.
real
That's
nigga,
true.
hey, real ones, man, you gotta really just step out your boundary, man. You can't get comfortable living in depression and living in those thoughts, man, because it's very detrimental to you and whoever's around you. You know what I'm saying? I had to go through it myself like a couple months ago, bro. A few months ago, my son, one of my oldest, not biological, but I raised him since he was 4 years old, man. I caught him try
Shoot
to
yourself.
try to kill himself, bro. You know what I'm saying? I had to save him, wrestle the gun out his hand, you feel me? And the gun went off and everything.
Oh
16
wow.
years old, bro.
Wow.
Like,
That's
that's
traumatic.
something like you feel me. That's something I had to deal with about 5, 6 months ago, man. I'm still going through that, trying to get over that.
That's
I
that's
saved
tough.
his life. You know what I mean? It's just
Uh,
he went and got help, and he was in the facility for a couple months and stuff. But that
w-
medication, they putting kids on medication, and I feel like shit. Sometimes that shit make that shit worse. Situations too, you know.
I think therapy is always the first place to start at. You start with a therapist first, and then let the therapist make that decision to be on medicine. But start with therapy first.
Definitely,
And it's sad seeing our young men, wanting to take their lives.
man.
And I was just talking about this yesterday. That statistic that we're gonna be dead or in prison by 25,
Yeah,
and it's like with that statistic we make certain decisions that doesn't project life after 25.
definitely, definitely.
So I'm praying for our young men. I was
Got
once
to.
there
We
before.
was all there, man. Hey,
It just seemed the most easiest solution was to just end life,
yeah,
and
sure.
that's not a solution because we got our mothers, we got our our young ones that look up to us. We
All
have
that.
people who love us. So I never want to call suicide selfish because I don't know what's going on with that individual, but we
Exactly.
must remind ourselves of the people who love us.
Exactly. Always
uh,
talk to your kids, man. Always just ask them how they doing, man. Ask them how they day going. You feel me? Like what's going on in school. I was just always be in your kid's life. You know what I'm saying? Like he had start hanging around a bunch of bad group, bad friends. I can't blame him on that. I started gang banging at 13. You feel me? I was really in the streets. Really, father wasn't there. Single mother. You know what I'm saying? Nigga wanted. You know how it is, man. But and so I watched everything going on with him. Like, damn, bro, he fucking around with the wrong crowd. But still, I'm gonna still give him a little. You're gonna have to learn sometime too. You know what I mean? Like bullies and all that type stuff. And getting judged and not knowing. At the same time, these kids, bro, they're very confused with the sexuality these days.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Because like it's a lot of the world is pressuring this on them, and they're so young and innocent, bro, and they don't, what I mean, they confused, bro. And what I mean, I don't know. It's just
are we good up there? We still alive? So, just speaking of the youth and just how you speak, I'm sorry first of all to hear that about your son and what he's facing. And I know youth today definitely looks different from youth 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And I try to think like what is one of the biggest factors? And then I can't help but to think social media.
definitely,
Um,
definitely,
how
definitely,
does social media impacts today's mental health with our youth?
definitely. Man, it's very, very. It's a lot of things on that social media, man. That kids do not need to be on, watching, seeing, that we portray to our kids that make it seem like everything is cool. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we need to tighten up on the things we do around our kids, the music we listen to, you know what I'm saying, and the things we follow and things like
That's
that could
true.
probably help the situation out. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
And I'm one of those persons that want to try and help it out.
That's
You feel
true.
me?
I can't help but to think of my nephew. My nephew recently got his heart broke, and I just remember when we was young, or when we were a set, when we was younger, we went to maybe a room and we fussed and we probably said "f them, f that,"
Yeah, 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 yeah.
maybe cried in the pillow.
No,
But
not for real.
after that, it was
It
over.
was over.
But when I seen my nephew, he he got mad, first love. The man he got on Instagram, and then he went on Instagram live, and
All
then
that
next thing you know, it's 10, 15, 20 people watching it, and now there's other people having conversations.
about that.
It's
Yeah.
just like we had places to vent that didn't go out.
The need of everybody in the whole.
No one
Yeah.
didn't need to know. Now these
Exactly.
children, when they mad and they upset about something, they are venting to Facebook Live,
Exactly.
Instagram
Yeah.
Live, and
Like that's their friend or
now
that's
this
their.
problem has multiplied.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, it's all corrupt with that shit,
yeah,
man.
social
But
media definitely it worries me. It
it
worries
does.
me.
It does. It does.
Um I definitely want to see compared to mental health now, you see folks talking more about mental health. They're more comfortable with the conversation.
Mhm.
How was mental health viewed when you were a child?
Oh man, it wasn't no mental health. You know what I'm saying? It was either like, or your kid got ADD, or you special ed or something like that. It wasn't nobody really cared about mental health. You know what I'm saying? So it's been an ongoing situation, an ongoing topic that's been not looked at. And so these different generations, we still got to deal with this and still try to be men and fathers and raise our young kids when this shit is not even being acknowledged. What we go through, you know what I'm saying? The everyday life of a man, bro. Not even being appreciated. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Shit deep.
So we definitely need to change the stigma. And we have been seeing the stigma change. Just the fact that two men here today are talking about mental health, we have seen that because I want to say 20 years ago, not maybe even 10 years ago, two men wouldn't come in a room and talk
Oh
about
yeah,
being
yeah.
vulnerable.
Definitely
So
not.
the
No.
facts that we even having this discussion shows that we are progressing in
Hey,
the
it's
right
been
direction.
growing up, man. It's real grown man business, man. I ain't got nothing to hide, man. When you going through shit, man, let a friend know, let somebody know, man. You ain't gotta hold it all in all the time and have those thoughts, man. Let your homie know, like, hey, bro, it's bad over here. I need some help. Man. You holler at me. Woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? Let's go do something. Let's ask how your homie doing, bro. Just ask how you doing, man. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Check out the song too, man. Ask me how I'm doing.
Ask me how
On,
I'm doing.
yes, sir, on
Yeah,
the
check out
album.
the
My
song
nigga Crazy Dollars, man.
Crazy Dollars. Ask how I'm doing. Where is that located?
That's on the album, man. Los Angeles, Sin City. We going back to it. Y'all check it out.
Man, speak of Sin City, it's just like
Man,
mental health, Sin City,
man.
temptations. We're in a city that's 24/7.
Definitely, man. I came out
Uh,
here. I'm gonna tell you, go ahead. My
oh,
fault.
go ahead, go ahead.
And I was gonna say, man, when I moved out here in 2000. I was 16, 17. And it was like I came out here from LA. And but I've been back and forth and all that. But it was crazy, bro, just to even adapt to this type of this environment. You know what I'm saying? I went through a lot of shit just to try to adapt to this, and just to be the man I am today. You know what I mean? A lot of trials and tribulations, a lot of things I had to go put myself out there just to find out shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is. But that's who I am. But yeah, mental health is very serious, man. I've been in the institution, man. I really went
Mhm.
to the mental institution, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was going through it when I was a little younger and shit. So this is a very, very deep subject I wanted to bring up and talk about.
Oh, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
And just to kind of shift, homelessness, youth,
Oh
the
yeah.
decisions that we make. I know you mentioned the psych ward. How does drug abuse lead to being homeless or houseless or being on the streets? How? Because often, we start drug abuse with, just partying, having fun, recreational, chilling with our friends.
Hmm.
How does it lead to one being homeless?
Man, bro. Having no one to reach out to, I would say, what I'm saying, I've never been that person to just be on the streets all the way homeless. Nigga, I always had a whip or something. But I have been without a house, you know what I'm saying? Or pillow to post or, something like that. But I'm just saying for the homelessness, it's what I was mental healthness with homelessness, like it's out of control, I believe, bro. But at the same time, I think it's people just go unrecognized. They go unacknowledged.
Hmm.
Like for instance, me and my son, we go do haircuts for the homeless. You know, I go get a couple. Hey, you guys need a cut. Woo woo woo. And I get them over to the house. Boom, I got it all set up. But anyway, first dude I met, I was just seeing him at the gas station. He like, bro, he like, man, if I could thank you. And he like, man, I just want to let you know, bro. Like, no one ever even looked at me
Mm.
like I've never even been acknowledged. Like he feel me. He said just the fact that you acknowledged me was good enough for me. But he like, then he brought me to your house and cut me up and ooh, I'm like, yeah, bro, this is. I just want you to feel like you still got somebody. You can still clean up and still look good, and you know what I mean. You still
Have
got a
some type of
chance, bro.
dignity and
Yeah, bro.
respect for
Feel
yourself.
good. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if a person don't feel good, you ain't gonna never want to get up out that situation. It's gonna be a comfortable situation where you at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
we
it's
see that with the homeless. People tell them, "Oh, you should get a job. You should do this."
but
How
how?
can you go get a
How?
job if you can't go
They
get a
don't
shower?
exactly,
If you can't
exactly.
shave,
Can't
how
go
you
get an
supposed to
ID.
pull up to the job interview?
Yeah,
You got your
exactly.
whole house with you.
Definitely, bro. It's
Um,
just I just try to help the homeless as much as I can. If I got it, I got it. I ask how they doing. I sit there and talk to them, chop it up. People don't even acknowledge them. You know what I'm saying? Since I was a youngster, you know what I'm saying. I used to sit there and we used to ditch school, bro. You feel me? To go chill at the park, my nigga, with the homeless and chill all day because niggas go buy us beer and shit. But whatever. But I chop it up with them all day, but I learned so much from these conversations, these stories that these homeless people had, bro. And they really, it touched me. So ever since I always cared, you know what I'm saying? I was always curious too. I always want to know, like, what you
what is
out
their
here for?
story?
Like, what you
Why are you
doing?
here?
Yeah,
Yeah, I often think about that too myself, and you see there is some type of bondage, whether it's alcohol,
something.
marijuana,
Yeah, yeah. It's a fit. Yeah,
methamphetamine, heroin.
anything
I say a
addiction.
lot of time it's alcohol, but now you're starting to see, more and more people addicted to this fentanyl,
Fentanyl, crazy,
methamphetamines,
man.
and
I
it's
lost
creating
three homies in the last 3 weeks, bro.
from fentanyl.
Fentanyl, bro. OD, three homies, bro. That shit is it is it's
It's
beyond the
bad.
pandemic. Man.
Yeah,
That
it's
shit is
bad.
horrible.
It's bad. It's literally killing folks,
Yeah,
and it's something that we need to, you know, bring more awareness to, because often we think, oh, just popping this pill, it's just we just turning up, but it could really lead to something else. So
exactly.
we have to be mindful.
But
We have to be
we
careful.
yeah,
I'm not telling anyone to stop doing, what they do, but if you do have a drug problem, be safe about it. You know what I'm saying? There's safe ways of doing things. I wouldn't buy no marijuana off the street
hey,
from
and
some
stop
random
selling.
dude I want.
Hey, y'all niggas, man, stop
Yeah.
selling these motherfucking kids that shit, man.
Yeah.
Straight
So
up, bro. That's one man. That's where y'all fucking up. Y'all killing the kids, man. Stop doing that shit, bro. For real. That shit out.
yeah, yeah.
God.
Lord have mercy. Pray for us. And then I know we've been talking about the babies a lot, the children a lot, and what
True.
goes hand to hand with having children is fatherhood. And I would say being a father, especially in the Black community, is a unique thing, especially when we have lived in a generation where we've seen the masses of Black men impacted by incarceration, and
Definitely.
now we're starting to just getting to the point where we have our Black leaders, our Black entrepreneurs, and now people have other things to look up to.
Yep.
So we see fatherhood is imperative in the community, but what psychological factors do you think you face, when trying to be a father or project fatherhood compared to the white counterpart or another race? What do you think is what factors influence or come in the way of you being a father that you want to be?
Okay, I would say shit, man. Just being a black father and these days right now, man, this world, bro, it's the hardest thing in the world. I'm talking about
Mm,
everything is against us, boy. They don't want us there, first of all, you know that. But I'm not talking about the female, you know who I'm talking about. But it's at the same time, man, it's being a father in the black community is very what's the word I want to say? It's a struggle, man. Um, things like just being unappreciated.
Mm.
Um, police. You know what I'm saying? Going out. You know what I'm saying? Stepping outside, bro. Your kids step outside. You know what I'm saying? It's just the struggles of just going to work. You know what I mean? And taking care of things, paying all the paying bills, and and nobody saying, "Oh, thank you." Yeah, and it's Father's Day too this month, and y'all tap in, man, for real. Y'all better get up.
Oh yeah, happy Father's Day to all the
Happy
fathers
Father's Day,
out there.
for sure, man, to the real
Y'all
ones,
matter. Fathers
real
matter.
for real, man.
I'm blessed to have
I just
my
want to tell y'all that,
yeah
y'all, everybody,
yeah.
some of the real ones, man.
Yeah,
'Cause this
shout out
shit hard.
pops, whoever
Shout
your
out my
pops is.
pops.
Shout out pops. We all got a pops that's close to us. So shout out him. Happy Father's Day.
Rest in peace, pop.
Yeah, rest in peace.
I lost my pop 3 years ago, bro. Bullshit, nigga, I was locked up. I was finna get out. I had to plead guilty to a motherfucking assault on a police officer. Something that I didn't do, just so I can get out to bury my pops. My nigga, my pops died 3 days before I got released. You feel me?
Hmm.
That shit was some hard ass shit to deal with, bro. Still going through that. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, motherfuckers don't know what
It
we go
forced you to
through.
grow up.
But hey, and just keep going though. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what they don't.
They say it's a
We
marathon.
gotta just keep
Yeah,
going. We
it's a
gotta just
marathon. It's
without
not a
nobody
sprint.
saying, "Hey, keep going. Thank you. Woo, woo, love you. Apologize." Nothing. You ain't gotta hear it. You have to keep going, or else shit. First off, shit. That's a real man, I guess. I just could. I can't understand, bro. What we go
Well,
through.
with your pops passing away, it's like now you almost at a point, even though you still a young man, there's a young man looking at you now that you a pops.
Yeah, yeah,
Even though
definitely.
you still a young dude in your head, but it's a kid looking up to you, I'm glad that you are being a positive person and showing them something different
Yeah,
and showing them how to be vulnerable. I think a lot of time our children are vulnerable and they don't know how to express themselves, and we got to embrace that with fatherhood. I think we're especially as black fathers, we're always teaching our children how to survive.
nah, for real.
And
Nah, for real.
we
Yeah,
kind of overlook certain things.
exactly. Starting to teach them about credit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's what I'm on. Like teach them about credit, teach them how to get their shit really straight. You know what I'm saying? Teach them about finances, establishing things. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to teach the youth. Fuck all that other shit with the niggas on, bro. It's not cool.
Not
For real.
cool, not cool.
Oh,
We definitely need to show our youth other things. And
definitely.
most definitely, and that's why fatherhood is priceless. Fatherhood is absolute priceless because we always have someone to kind of measure up to, and then we always have someone to give us true insight.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
We don't always you don't always have to fall on your head. You could talk to your elders, get that wisdom, get that insight. Experience is great because I fell on my head a few times. I had my own mental health problems. I had a mental breakdown, which led to my incarceration. So I understand, but sometimes just talking to someone or taking that advice, when your friend, hey, don't try that. Listen to them,
Definitely, definitely.
listen to them
Yeah.
because they know. You don't got to experience everything. So
You
you
ain't gotta
know,
be hard all the time, bro.
yeah, yeah,
You
and
ain't gotta be hard all
you
the
don't got
time.
to be hard all the time. And I remember one thing, because when I went to prison, I ended up going to camp, and certain dudes from prison used to come to the camp. They'd be all like,
Testing. Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
be all gangster and
Yeah,
shit on the
yeah,
yard. And we used to say, hey, you too hard for this yard. Nigga. We
yeah.
we in camp.
Yeah, we chilling
And
over here, bro. Like
we
y'all niggas.
chilling. Nigga.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
too hard for this yard, and
yeah.
it make me think of the youth. And even when I was a youth, like I wanted to be tough.
Definitely.
Like
Of
we
course,
all
you
wanted,
had
I
to.
think all at one point want to be tough, like,
Definitely,
and we
definitely.
wanted to prove how we were tough, and like I want to prove that I'm a thug,
You
and then,
had to.
then me being
Where I was from, you had
yeah,
to.
you
You had to,
had
bro.
to,
Or you was gonna get
so
ran through, ran
right. So
over,
now
nigga.
we have
Yeah.
these young kids, and I can't be mad at them because I had the same thoughts, but I gotta let them know it's something else than being tough, that's more that makes you a man.
Definitely.
Being able to provide.
Providing.
That's
What?
tough.
What?
You going to work every day to provide your family.
Man, tell 'em
That's
again.
that's hella tough.
Goddamn right.
So we need to
That's the
change
gang.
what.
That's the real gangster.
Yeah, that's
Shit.
the real gangster
That's
that
the
wake
real
up every
gangster.
day
Yeah.
and
Fuck all that
provide
other
for his
shit. That's the real
family.
one.
So we need to change the narrative, with these kids and what is tough.
What is tough and what is
well,
cool is going to work, taking care of your kids,
Yeah.
providing for your family, man. Staying out the way, staying out of prison, man. That's the cool shit to do. Build you something, have an establishment, build you a brand, clothing, whatever. Do something better than, you know what I'm saying, what you seen.
Right.
You feel me? Or what you listen to. Do something better, bro, so you can do it.
Yes, sir. You gotta elevate, man. Gotta
there.
elevate.
Up there.
Man, this been a great podcast, talking about mental health. I'm glad that we could bring awareness. And then also, music is a big part of our culture,
Definitely.
and it definitely bring healing spaces.
It's my therapy.
Yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to checking out your new album. What was the name of that album? One more time.
Lost Angel in Sin City.
Lost Angels
Lowkey
in
Gr8t.
Sin City, Lowkey Gr8t.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir.
And then you said it was a banger on there.
Ask me how I'm doing for you. Ask me for some money, man.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
Me and Crazy Dollars, man. Go tap it, man. But listen to the whole album, man. Y'all gonna love it, man. I got Like a Raider.
Like a Raider.
Raider fans and all
I think
that.
I heard that one.
In,
Something
man.
about Tropping Decatur, something Raider.
Yeah.
Yeah, tap in on that.
Really
Yeah.
popping on, man. We working though, man. That's all I say.
Well, let's give
Stand out the way and we working.
Let's give a shout out to also We Shine Studios, but we are in It's Gorgeous.
It's gorgeous
and,
music, man.
Man, it's
Radio. I fuck with it.
Yes, sir.
God.
Yes,
God
sir.
really blessed us, man.
I'm Jovan Jackson, and I'm signing out.
We out of here, man.
We out of here.
Hey, tap in, man. Fuck with y'all. Vegas,
yes, sir.
Everywhere.